change. I've tried to not do too much research just because I think it gives a little bit different perspective of it. Another shot of Dan Severn there going on. An earlier match. So yeah, it looks like these two had been feuding in the month at least, X-Pac and Owen Hart. And X-Pac at this time, I'm trying to think of. Oh, they would have been pretty popular, I'm guessing, around this time, or not.
The X kind of movement.
Yeah, because of course when Shawn Michaels led it, it was the heel group, but when he'd gone, they brought X-Pac back. He was on the Monday Night Raw, come over from WCW again, and took this from the 1-2-3 Kid, who we have seen at King of the Ring before, under the 1-2-3 Kid, with Razor Ramon. But he's almost very grown up here now. Then, mate, he's got a beard. He's not a kid anymore. He's X-Pac. Seems like I don't know. They seem like they overdid his entrance there with that video flying in all the time. But China there coming out with him as well, by the looks of it. I always remember him in that red singlet thing. That's how I remember him when he first came back.
I think I had a figure of him in that same costume.
Yeah, I think I may have done as well. I remember this entrance used to give me a bloody headache. It still is now.
It is a bit. I remember when he gets in the ring and he does his free chops.
Yeah, I like that. I like that part. But this got overdone, I think, somewhat. They also used that in the latest reincarnation of DX when Triple H and Shawn Michaels come back together. They did that kind of thing. But yeah, there you go. X-Pac in the ring with China. So this should be a pretty good match, providing it's not sure what sort of time it'll get, but it shouldn't be too bad. Two good competitors, no doubt about that. See a huge DX sign going up there from people, very innovative there. As we see Owen Hart. Now this would have been his new music as well here. It wasn't the it wasn't that anymore, which I used to really like. This was the more rugged Owen Hart that they'd gone for.
Yeah, I've got to say the old music was really quite catchy actually.
It was very catchy. I just think it worked really well for his character. I was like, it sort of suited him very much down to the ground. As we see X-Pac and Owen Hart go one-on-one then, so see how this goes and those chops. But X-Pac, I mean, at this time, Matt, he was pretty much over, as I can remember, for about a good year. People really were into X-Pac. They'd done a really good job of bringing him back and sort of readjusting to this new character that he'd come in with, as we see him fly straight into that turnbuckle. Trying to hit Owen Hart there. China walking on the outside. Was you at this time, Matt? Would you have been an X-Pac fan yourself, anyway?
I'm not too sure. I was a huge X-Pac fan. I mean, I didn't mind him, but I think by the time, I knew people that were into him and stuff and that, and I just never really caught on with me. I'm not sure why.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because I went back and watched all the VHS, and I remember a match with him against Razor Ramon, and he ended up wearing a nappy.
Oh, yeah. A few headbutts going in there from Owen Hart. Would have been a difficult time for Owen Hart around this time, Matt, considering what happened to Brett. Going back, it would have been. But he stuck in there and got on with it. Of course, Davey Boy was gone as well, so he was pretty much on his own around this sort of time in terms of the Hart Foundation had completely worn away. For sure at this point. Now, see, both these guys, I never really pictured these guys being the same sort of size in height, but they are very much similar. It was always known as the Nugget, Owen Hart. That was the fans would call him, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean for years as well. When they used to call him that, I never. Well, for the first couple of years when I was getting into it, I never really understood why they called him the Nugget. But then after when I did, I was like, oh man, that's me.
Yeah. A nice move there by Owen Hart. Getting a lot of heat, that's for sure. Number one fan standing up there. God, there. Just goes to show you how, like, even these sort of like adult fans were so into the product, Matt. Like, just goes to show you that you can, if it's done right, people can really get into this. It's not like your adult fans are just going to sit there and just watch it and be like, yeah, you have to entertain us. Like, these guys are really passionate about what they were watching, even though they weren't kids. You know, this was still a very much take it for what it is, and they got as invested into it as anyone else would.
Was it in a previous King of the Ring? These two actually met before as well, didn't they?
I think you might be right. Is that the year that Owen won it? In fact,
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was the year that Owen won it, I think.
So there you go. There you go. It was unfortunate. See, we're at a time, unfortunately, where you'd think they'd have referenced that, but they wouldn't have, because they really wanted to get away from all that. So the last thing they'd want to do is to show something like that. Like, notice as well at the beginning, we never see a video package of all the King of the Rings prior to that. So I think WWF at the time were really going out of their way to try and get away from all that old WWF looking stuff. I think they were really trying to push this on them, as we see some quite hard moves going on here, from Owen Hart chucking X-Pac into everywhere, and now a table, and then chucking him back in the ring. Certainly not taking it easy on him. Take a look at this again. Whoa. We want to be the fan of the other side of that guardrail.
This is definitely more of a fast-paced kind of hard-hitting match than I thought these two would have. I thought it would be more technical, more in the ring, more about like trying to get the quick win rather than like what we're seeing here.
I think it might have just been a sign of like the times of what everyone else was doing. I think that they were, I can imagine they were encouraged to do this style more than the other stuff that they would have been used to doing. But yeah, I think they were really trying to get away. We see a lot of fans there giving the middle finger. Completely different world now. This what they call the WWE universe is certainly not like this, is it? My goodness. And, Owen Hart.
Now we're going to go for a bit of a rest.
Yeah, after all that intense time. And they were pretty intense as well. See China looking on out of there. So she would have been. I'm guessing she just done bodyguard for any of the members at this time. I'm guessing X-Pac and Triple H. That was a thing then. Oh, what did they call that move that X-Pac just did there? What was that? The X Factor or something?
Yeah, it was the X Factor. Yeah, that was the one. And then it got changed. It got used by a diva in the end, didn't it?
Oh, yes, it did.
Maybe?
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh.
I mean, I'm surprised Owen got straight back up. I mean, was this X Factor not a finisher at this point?
Yeah, it couldn't have been. Maybe they looked at that and said it should be. Yeah, I was surprised. I remember this bit though.
Oh, Bronco Buster.
It didn't go too well.
Oh no, what's this? That looked terrible.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well, did it? Normally you see a lot more of them guys, but that one didn't work out too well. And if you'd have tried and done it well, it would have looked really suspicious. So it was a bit of a botch one there, I'd say. Just see now both of them up on that top turnbuckle. So that's what one of them's going to do. Oh, Not sure what happened there.
This is going. Oh, what the heck was that?
Well, Owen Hart has now got a cut eye out of it, so that's how well that went. Which he knows. And now Mark Henry just comes along and jumps on him. There's not even a move, is it? Just jumps on him. Now we're going to see China getting involved on this one.
I can't believe what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened from the turnbuckle. Somebody write in and tell me. Look it up slow-mo or something. Hang on, Vader's out there now. What happened there?
Oh, God.
That even looked dumb wrong.
Oh.
The camera's in the wrong spot. It's looking at the wrong things. I don't know what happened in the ring there. But we got Vader and Mark Henry. I would have liked to have seen that match.
I definitely do not remember all of this. It just turned into a botch fest, and then just sort of everyone like get involved. And like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like Vince just said, sort it out, get some wrestlers out there, take their mind off it. As X-Pac now puts his arm over, and he's got the win. I have no idea what the hell happened, and that was weird. The fact that Owen Hart got a cut eye out of it obviously wasn't very well planned.
I guess it just goes to show that it doesn't matter who you are, what time in wrestling it is, these things will always happen. There will always be mistakes made.
Yeah, certainly how it came across here, isn't it? So we see X-Pac going with, being walked off with China. Owen Hart probably thinking what the hell went wrong. Yeah, that was very strange. I think Owen Hart would be too happy there.
At least he can get his eye checked out.
Yeah, even when this happened, watch this, Matt. When you watch this replay, he went into him so hard he knocked himself back. Vader there. It's like he just literally ploughed into him. Okay, this is what we missed because the camera never picked that up. The fact that China did the DDT, that was a terrible. And now, hang on, Paul Bearer, I've got on my screen right now, has coming out. So is this setting up the next match? I don't know. Paul Bearer with different hair as well. Should point out.
I usually associate blonde Paul Bearer with Kane.
Yes, yeah, I think that's what we're going to get here. I'm guessing he's got something to say. Very like we've done a Magnificent Seven once on our managers. Paul Bearer, I think he made it on both our lists.
Yes, very unique manager.
Very unique. Was either with or against the Undertaker, but very few things in between that he did.
And for that reason, if Paul Bearer ever asked to be my manager, I'd be like, no.
Yeah. Cool. What a face coming up to the camera there.
Is that plaster on his head? From what I remember, where Undertaker dumped a drum on him.
I'm wondering if that's happened now. I'm guessing it did. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. We're getting something. We're getting a video package. Oh, God. Okay, so the Undertaker's just turned up randomly in the house. That's very strange, isn't it? We see Bearer now. Is he saying anything good there, Matt? Whatever he's going on about, or
it's just like trying to go over the facts about why Kane is going to fight the Undertaker.
No, fair enough.
Like, Dad, I want to be like him. His whole life being stuff good. suffered ridicule